Hello?
Hi, uh, hi guys, I know it's been a while and there's a reason for it, and the reason I will explain a little bit about in this video. Now we are in a peaceful context, it's green, it's silence, it's tranquility, and it's very lovely. But this is a video about Norway, one of the safest countries to live in, and not so many things happen. But
It's not very criminal,
no, it's not supposed to be very
not
criminal.
very brutal.
No, but the reason that we haven't been posting things lately is unfortunately because Mats became a victim of blind violence. Actually, we were out,
Random violence.
yeah, and intense violence. And you hear him behind the camera. I cannot show him because he looks unfortunately like a meatball in his face. And we were at this place, a bar, and Mats, I live in another part of the city, and it's very close to where Mats live, and it's a place where we are always, very nice people. But when Mats was going home that night, two guys followed him, and they were very nice in the beginning, and when he was he was going inside his apartment building, suddenly they were inside with him, and they started to beat him and kick his face. Actually, it's terrible. What I can say that is good is that both the police here and the hospitals and different institutions, they were helpful, and the police
Taking it very seriously.
yeah, they have taken it very serious.
So I got like interrogated, or they asked me a lot of questions.
Yeah, but of course, when you have been a victim of blind violence, of course you're a bit afraid, so it's not so easy, and there are so many things that you have to do. I'm trying to help him out,
But this happens also in Norway,
yes,
and that's the deal.
That's the deal here.
Because people tend to think that Norway is a very safe country.
But is it safe, Mats, would you say, or isn't it safe after
I feel it's safe, but you can get unlucky, and as in other countries we have gangs, people on dope.
Yeah, well, of course, and they were young guys, these guys, and they were
very aggressive.
And the way that, well, they robbed him, kind of, because they took his phone, but they didn't take his Visa card and his keys, only the phone, so you cannot say it's a robbery either. And what was most striking with the accident is that they used 10-15 minutes just to kick Mats in his face, which is terrible. And
I crawled up to my apartment, and it came like 4 or 5 police officers and 3 people from the med cares, and they took me to the hospital, to the ER in Oslo.
Yeah. And since that, it's been a bit out and in, but I think now you can say that you have a stabilized situation. You don't have a good situation, but you have a stabilized situation.
I'm lucky to have this because this is my father's place, and I can retreat here in the green lungs.
What we say in Norway, any kind of problem you have, go to the nature, and the nature will heal you. So I think this is the best therapy area, green therapy, nature's therapy for Mats. So I am, and hope you guys are crossing your fingers for a fast recovery for Mats.
And my voice is also a bit strange because I have a tampoon in my nose.
Yeah, because his nose was broken too, and he got concussion, and yeah, there were some problems. But luckily, it could have been so much worse. it's not. So as a friend of him, I feel that I'm so happy that the worst scenario didn't become reality in a way. So
But in a way, if you are like ill on a scale from 1 to 10 and you're like 5 or 6, you will sit for hours and hours and hours and hours and wait on the ER. But when these things happens, every system kicks in, and then we can be a bit happy to live in Norway because I got a big support group and a lot of support around
yeah,
me.
and different institutions. I mean, they are already speaking about he has the right for some money for becoming
No, but
violent.
it's not
Important now.
final.
No, but I mean, they have gotten in touch with you. So, well, but it was a sad
But I
story.
managed to buy a new phone.
He did, and I have to say that as a friend of him, I'm so proud of Mats, and I'm really heart. It touched my heart because he suddenly, just 2 days after it happened, he went down to
Elkjøp, which is
mega store
like
for electronics, because you need a phone. If you don't have a phone, nobody can reach you.
you're lost in Norway.
Yeah. And so he went there on his own, looking like a meatball. He was treated like a homeless person, and he was actually kicked out of that store.
Because they tried to sell me.
Yeah, because they were trying to give you a broken phone, and they were thinking, well, this guy, he doesn't know anything, so they were giving you a broken phone, which is really, it's a scandal.
And I told them like, really, I'm quite hurt. So why do you give me this phone? Don't you have empathy? And the day after, I wrote to the communication
department, and that's also something I like, because after sleeping, then you have the strength to actually go on a fight with this electronic megastore. And yesterday we got your phone, and they had to be very like humble and yeah, of course, mister, you will have that. So his spirit, Matt's spirit, is not broken at all, I can say. But it takes some time for recovery, and we don't want to push it. So yeah, I think this is it, and just follow us on Facebook or places, and we will give you updates.
It can happen everywhere.
It can.
It can happen also in Oslo, but it's not very normal. It's worse in Sweden, I guess.
Everything is worse in Sweden. Okay, guys, that was it. We're crossing our fingers for Mats, and hopefully soon we will be there with new material. Take care.
Yeah. And by the way, what about the gays bar? The lesbian saving all the gays.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, we can make about the terrorist attack. Yeah, we have videos. We have a lot of content. Just as you know, we have been working on ideas. So, yeah. Crossing our fingers for Mats' fast recovery and to come back to where
It's
he was.
been a violent August in Oslo.
Yeah, it has. Or summer and yeah. Okay, bye.